Good morning. Good morning. It is March 2nd, 2022. I'm out here grabbing my early morning coffee and decided to make this video. There's something interesting that I heard in the news recently with the war in Ukraine. Of course, I saw some displaced African students out there in Ukraine. And something that bothers me a lot is these displaced African students complaining of racism from the Ukrainians, right? So I think what happened, at least in the clip that I saw, is that, buses were being boarded by Ukrainian families to go to, I guess it's Poland or some country on the border to get away from the bombing. And because of that, they had to basically, put families on buses. I mean, so this, you're standing around waiting for the bus shows up, you get in the bus. When the bus fills up, you can't get in. And it was families and Ukrainians and women and children and young men getting on this bus, and the African students were kind of left behind. Now, the African students were saying, or the black folks over there were saying that, well, we've lived here for all this time. The Ukrainians have been very nice to us. No drama, no issues. But when it was time to get on the bus, they left us behind, right? Or they prioritized the Ukrainians first. So that is racist. And I have a problem with that. I'm a black person also. But I find it very sad that blacks from Africa always want to throw up racism. Okay? I mean, God has given you a whole continent. This continent is humongous. It's got every resource on it. Okay? And you guys don't want to fix it. You don't want to develop it. You rather want to move to white countries where they have very little resources, natural resources, but their human resource is extreme. They build things out of the scarce resources that they have over there. And they create systems, economic systems and jobs and schools. And you guys move over there and you have the nerve to accuse them of being racist when they are being attacked by another country. Listen, man, this is their country. That's where they evolved at, okay? This is not even about, United States of America, you guys moved over here and slavery. Nah, this is not slavery, okay? If you're black, you go to one of those European countries, this is not America, bro. They have a right to their country and to their countrymen first, okay? And that's that. These Africans need to fix their continent and make it like Europe. That's what they need to do. So I'm on a chat group where people were throwing up all kinds of racisms. Meanwhile, these guys all live in America, Canada, and the UK. And they're all complaining about racism. So I said, hey man, do you know what would have been really, really cool is for one of your African presidents to come up and say, you know what, these students that are stranded in Ukraine, we're giving them full 4-year scholarships to an African university of their choice. If they make it out of Ukraine, we got a flight. The Ghanaian ambassador, the Nigerian ambassador, the Senegalese ambassador in the neighboring country is going to give them a free plane ride to any African country where they can do a 4-year course that is 100% paid for. That would have shown your humanity. That would have shown that you care for your people, like you're saying, right? But obviously you don't care. You just want to accuse someone of racism because that's the new hip thing. That's the new cool thing to do. Rather than building your own countries and making it good enough that you want to stay there. You've built crappy countries. You don't want to stay there. You want to go to a European's country and go call him a racist so you can get cash prizes. Okay? There are people who wish they had their own continents. There are people who wish they had their own continent where they run their own show. There are people who would die for that. All right? And you guys sit here, you have your own continent, and you treat it like garbage. Then you go to the European's continent and go accuse him of being racist. Even while he's being bombed, people are dying, he's being killed, you're calling him racist for not being able to get on the bus that him and his wife and kids are getting on. Are you out of your mind? Listen, build your own continent, okay? Build it, build your systems, make it better. Create your own economic systems, okay? And stop calling everybody racist, man. This thing is a shame. You look stupid as grown men with big mouths. You can say anything in this world, but you can't build your own countries. I mean, that is just sad, bro. That is a very sad situation, okay? Stop calling the Ukrainians racist. They are under attack. They're being bombed. All right? Call your presidents in Africa racists because they don't want to fix your country so you can live there. Yes, I know it's not about race because both of you are the same race. But hey, if racism works, you accuse anybody, hey, you're racist, give me a bread. And they give you bread. Hey, you're racist, get me on the bus. And they put you on the bus. Hey, you're racist, give me more resources. You might as well take that game to your African presidents and say, hey, you're racist, man. Fix the universities. I'm sure he's going to fix it because he doesn't want to be called racist. I mean, this thing is it's a running joke right now. You give a black person a chance, help him out a little bit. The minute you can't, you're racist. You don't like me. Bro, fix your countries, man. Fix your constitutions. Fix your taxations over there in Africa. Fix your economic systems. Make it easy for people to live and thrive and stop taxing your people to death. You're embezzling money out in Africa. You have all these resources. Each time you find gold, oil, whatever, you just waste it. I mean, you're signing bad deals to China and Austria and what have you. And the people in the country don't even see a dime. The money's come, the ministers divvy up the cash amongst themselves. They're buying land and houses in Europe, nice cars, flying slave queens around the world to Dubai, just wasting the resource. And the poor African people don't even know that they have to go and knock on this guy's door and tell him to fix the country. They're just there. They just want to go to Europe and go accuse a white man of being racist. Listen, if those European countries would kick all the Africans out, maybe they would be forced to fix their countries in Africa, man. If Europe says we're banning immigration for this year, nobody come here, I'm sure the Africans that are stuck in Africa will be like, man, well, we got no other option, Mr. President. You're going to have to fix this country. And maybe that will make a difference. Maybe. This is so shameful, disgraceful, disgusting. Okay, fix your damn countries and stop accusing people who are being attacked of racism. If your president cared, he would have found a plane and said, each one of you get on this plane, straight flight to Africa, we're giving you a full ride through college. They don't care about you. So they're actually more racist to you than the Ukrainians you're calling racist. All right? Give me a break. This is 2022. We've seen how black presidents in Africa respond to their citizens under pressure everywhere. When Wuhan was lit with COVID and China was kind of, there's some issues over there where African immigrants were being beaten up and accused of having, there's some nonsense going on over there where African immigrants were being roughed up. Okay? Listen. Not one African president stood up to make a statement. Not one of them said, please don't mistreat our people. We will take care of them if you put them on a plane. Send them back. We'll quarantine them, whatever. Nobody made a statement until they were forced to make a statement. And the statement was weak. It was weak. And you want to know why those African presidents were not trying to make a statement to China to not abuse their people? Because they have loans from China. They have loans from China, right? And they feel like if they go make a statement, China may take their loans away and they'll be poor again because they can't use their minds to monetize the resources they have on the ground. This is what happens when you're lazy. If you're lazy, all right, and you don't keep your finances in order, then you're always borrowing from people who are hardworking and who keep their finances in order. And then when you borrow from them, you become their little punk. And then you're afraid if they come in and kick your dog, you're scared to go tell them to stop kicking your dog because you're scared that he might take your money away. I mean, this is so insane. Like, these guys are being bombed to death, and you standing here, you want them to coddle you like a little girl, like a little baby. I mean, goodness, bro. Y'all need to cut this thing, man. This racism stuff is nonsense. And for the record, Ukraine is not one of them countries where you can say, well, there was slavery, civil rights, we belong. Nah. They live in their little corner. They're a struggling country. They're not even accepted into the EU due to their economic downfalls. They don't qualify to become members of the EU. So they're a poor, they're not a rich country per se. They're scraping by. They're scraping by. They're really doing the best they can, but they are scraping by. Not more than most African countries, but at least they try their best to build better systems, So you can't go over there and try to slang them some slavery, civil rights, oppression BS. This is their country. That's where they evolved at. No, they didn't go take anybody's country. That's their land. You have no right to accuse them of nothing. You go to your country and be the boss at your country. Okay? They are the boss at their country. In their country, you're the stepchild. They have to take care of their real children first. Accept that. Learn that reality. Go back to your country and be not a stepchild, okay? Go force your leaders to build better systems so you can enjoy life over there in Africa. And stop calling everybody racist, man. This thing is played out. Go call your presidents racist because they make life hard for you guys, all right? That's all I got for you, man. It's just advice. I'm not mad at you. It's objective criticisms. But I know some people, the minute you criticize them objectively because you want them to do better, they think it's an attack. And that's a behavior I see amongst a certain group of people. I won't mention names. But they can't take correction and advice, okay? I mean, this is just completely stupid. All right, peace.